let me ask you something. Have you noticed recently that your phone is starting to feel less like a tool, but more like something that knows what you're about to do? Like reminding you to leave before the traffic hits, mutes notification before your meeting, or drafts replies before you can even type. That is not magic. That is not just AI anymore, because what's happening here is something called agentic AI. And once you understand it, you stop thinking that your phone is just an app launcher and start seeing it as something that actually works for you. So in this video, you'll learn what agentic AI is, how it works in simple terms, and how it already solves problems that you deal with daily, and that one concern that you should care about. So let's start with the evolution of AI before telling you what agentic AI is. So there's what we call the traditional AI, right? Which are those LLMs like Google's Gemini, ChatGPT and others, where they typically need for you to enter a prompt and then it comes up with an answer, right? So basically you type, you talk, it responds. But agentic AI is different because it doesn't just answer your questions, it helps you get things done. So if you ever thought that AI is cool but you still have to prompt yourself, well, you're not wrong, because that is the problem with the traditional AI as of now. So when the traditional AI is like, here's the information you asked for, agentic AI is like, I know what you're trying to achieve and let me handle the steps. Because it can set goals, make decisions and even take actions and adjust along the way. So you don't have to micromanage everything, so it's less of tell me what to do and more of I've got this. And honestly, that is how AI should totally be. So how does agentic AI work? Well, it is a very simple structure, because don't worry, I'm not going to be giving you a science lecture. This is how it works for you. First, a goal is set. And that goal usually comes from you, like get me to work on time or help me reply my messages today. And that is when your phone becomes proactive instead of reactive. Next, it gathers the overall context like your calendar, location, your habits, or even your past behavior, not to spy on you, but to reduce the number of decisions that you have to make. Then it plans. It takes one big task and breaks it into smaller steps and handles everything quietly in the background. After that, it takes action, sending messages, setting reminders, booking things, and organizing across apps. But the most important part is the fact that it learns. So if something works for you, it does more of that. If it doesn't, it adjusts, which means that over time you do less work and get better results. But the question is that where should be the best place that agentic AI should be on? Well, it is great on your smartphones. Yep, because smartphones are the perfect place for this, because they're already with you all day, every day. Because number one, it has the hands-free task automation, because agentic AI doesn't remind you, it acts for you. So whether or not it's appointments, it is totally booked, your calendar is totally managed, messages draft and ready for you to send, and reminders totally handled, not because you ask it, because your phone understood what you needed to do next. And this gets even more powerful the longer you use it. So yes, it does get smarter over time, unlike me. Number two would be the Smarter Context Awareness Assistant. Now this is where you really feel it, because agentic AI understands proper context, as mentioned earlier, whether or not you're working, when you're traveling, or even when you're resting. So instead of saying, hey phone, silence notification, it just does it by itself. So meeting time, notifications totally muted, leaving the house, maps already open. Now this is AI that thinks ahead, not AI that waits to be told. Number three would be the personalized experience, because agentic AI adapts to you, not people like you. It learns the apps you use, how you reply, what you ignore, and what you always open on your phone. And over time, your phone starts to feel tailored, like it finally understands you instead of fighting you. So you can think of this as a YouTube or an Instagram algorithm where it shows you what exactly you want to see, like how my feed has changed from tech and Liverpool to just baby stuff because of my 10-week-old baby. Number four would be the on-device AI, which also means better privacy. Because if you're thinking, okay, what about my data? Well, that is a fair concern, and you should care about this. But here's the difference, because a lot of modern agentic AI runs on your device, not on the cloud, not sent somewhere else, because your messages, your photos, your schedule all stay on your phone. This means less exposure and more control. So your data isn't going on a world tour. The next one would be productivity without the stress, because when agentic AI connects across apps, your phone becomes a personal productivity manager because it summarizes notifications, prioritizes tasks, and anticipates what you will do next, because the goal isn't to make you work harder, but is for your phone to handle most of the boring stuff so you don't have to. But there is a big concern, so let's address the elephant in the room, or the so-called dark side to all of this. Because agentic AI is autonomous, it makes decisions on your behalf and also takes actions. So on a personal device like a smartphone, that raises real concerns: privacy, data exposure, and security. Because when AI acts for you, you really need to trust it, and trust doesn't come automatically. So how do we fix this? Well, the solution is not less AI. The solution is, of course, better guardrails or security, which means stronger security, clear permissions, and transparent controls. And this is where you need a big established brands with proper cybersecurity, which is really important. So if agentic AI is coming to smartphones, we might wonder which brand launches it first, right? So, yep, you're right. Our best guess is Samsung, possibly with the S26 series. Because if a big brand like Samsung implements this, their Samsung's NOC security should handle potential cybersecurity issues. Because agentic AI done right is incredibly powerful, but done wrong, yeah, no thank you. Because I'm not letting random AI book things for me just yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, agentic AI isn't a buzzword that you might be hearing so much coming soon, because it's a total shift from AI that responds to AI that acts. So once you and I experience it and done properly, it will definitely make our lives easier. But I'm curious, would you trust AI to handle more things on your phone, or do you still prefer manual control? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want a written recap of everything mentioned in this particular video, head to our website at www.adamlobo.tv. But if you want a more explainer content or a food for thought content like this, check this video right here to find out how Samsung and Apple are working together.